I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Duskit might actually be good now. Like, for the first time ever. Jumping into the first set, which is going to be our Hasten Duskits. We're running 200 speed TPs to be as fast as possible, with 200 range attack TPs to hit as hard as possible. We don't really need any energy investment, so 4 energy TPs will do, and then the 96 health TPs are leftovers. For the personality, we can either run Nimble to be faster, or Smart to hit harder. For the held item, we're going to want something to increase our damage output, so either a power cuss, essence, or shell will be great, but you could also consider something like a clutch plushie so you're guaranteed to live at least 1 hit. Then for the ability, we're running the secret ability, Mean Spirited, which will let us deal 20% more damage if the target has a status ailment. And then finally for the moves, we're running Oppress as our spirit type stab, Psycho Blast as our mind type stab, Pyrokinesis for coverage to hit dark type Loomians, and Hasten to let us set up to potentially sweep. Although there are some other options like Spectral Burst, Phantom Blast, or Dark Surge. Okay then, hopping into the battles, the very first Duskit we're going to be using is the Hasten Duskit. Also, just to make Duskit's life a little bit easier, I am going to pair it with a Barb user, so I have Gobidemic, so with that being said, let's try and get Poison Barbs down immediately. We only really need 1 layer of Poison Barbs, and then we'll try and get normal Barbs up. So, there's my Poison Barbs. They're leading with their Grim line, so it might be a Barb user as well? No. Why did it use Gaindrian? I'm not entirely too sure. Now, here, because it has Gaindrian, I'm going to assume it also has Barbs. I think it might be worth provoking, just so I don't have to try and mudslide later on. Probably gonna make my life a little bit easier, to be honest. Dark Surge, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna complain about this. So Gobidemic is just our lead, it doesn't really matter if it goes down. Its entire job here is just to spam entry hazards, so I can get nice chip damage, and I can spread poison to as many things as possible. Oppress obviously has got a chance to paralyze the opponent, but it's not guaranteed, so if we can get guaranteed status on everything just by setting up 1 layer of entry hazards, I think that's genuinely better. Although, Paralyze is actually really good on like certain things that are like either toxic or just immune to poison barbs, so like levitators or flyers would be really good. But yeah, it's very situational and it's, like I said, it's not consistent, so I would rather not have to rely on hitting something that isn't guaranteed. But yep, now with Gobidemic down, we could probably go into Duskit now, right? Yeah? Yeah, I think Duskit here is fine. It just kind of sucked that we're not using the Peace of Mind one. I think that would actually be a little bit better for this specific situation because we get bulkier, but we can just go for Hasten and we're just going to try and blow through the entire team, I guess. 2 layer Barbs up, a Poison Barb down. Our Oppressors are going to be Nuking. Oh yeah, he has Gaindrian. Damn it, man! No cool. Okay, that is actually really bad. Well, I can Pyro, I guess. We do outspeed it, obviously. I guess we just gotta get rid of Grimmuline first, and then probably bring in the Duskit later, maybe? Dark Surge? Or... depends. Critical hit, really, bro? I could probably go for a Hasten now. They don't really have any energy. If they go for Gaindrian again, then they need to go for a way to rest, so I can probably go for a Null or Hasten anyway. Okay, there we are. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about Gaindrian, even though I saw it like 10 seconds before. But yeah, now with the Hasten setup, it's time to start absolutely obliterating things. So see you later, Grimline. There's no way you're living. It would be great if I could get to +2, but I don't think that's really possible, to be honest. But I don't think we really need it. As long as I can live a hit from something, I think I'll be fine. There's the Clips. This, I'm pretty sure, is Circadian? Okay, yeah, it's Gamma. It should be. So, unfortunately, can't Oppress this because it's a light type. And even if it was Secret ability, I can't use Oppress or Pyro, really. So this is actually probably best case scenario. We get a Psycho Blast it. I think we should be able to live a hit from Eclipse if I don't one-shot it. But we do one-shot it. Yeah, Eclipse did get a little bit better in this season, but its defensive stats are still very lackluster now. Okay, next up is Cleone. Very, very tanky on the range side. But it is poison, so let's see how much a +1 oppress does to Cleone. I really should use this time to like wait or rest, but I want to hit it. Okay. I mean, obviously their team is like full of Gleaming, so probably not like the most optimal PvP sets, but I ain't complaining. I'll take what I can get, okay? There's Terradescent. We're most likely going to go down to this one, to be honest. We could honestly just switch out Duskit. I don't need to sacrifice it, but I'm going to try and click wait. I'm going to try and click wait and hope for the best. Hypno, I'm a Mind type, bro. I'm sorry. I don't think that works on Mind type still. It's been a while, but hey, they missed it. Okay, then, time to just Psycho Blast, right? I feel like you probably should have just hit me. I'm assuming their goal was to put me to sleep, so they could spam Drudge. Not a bad idea, I guess, if that was what they're going for. But here is Tundralin, and I think we have enough energy to go for one more Oppress, right? So... oh, actually... which one's stronger? Pyro or Oppress? This is... okay, so Pyro would be 130 strength, because it just doubles. Oppress is 120, but then I get Stab. I think Oppress is actually better. I think the only time where I want to click Pyro over Oppress is probably like against Dark types that resist Oppress, I'm guessing. So, let's go for Oppress. How much damage do I do? Tundralin hasn't got the best range defense in the game, and he just one-shots it. Yeah, Hasten Duskit seems pretty good. I guess we'll do another one. That battle was really fast. Okay then, hopping into the next battle, I think this looks alright. We have to be a little bit careful. They do have a Plasmoth and a Charonix, but other than that, I think we look pretty good after we get Hasten off. Okay then, let's go with the Gobidemic lead. I'm just gonna try and get Poison Babs down immediately, and hopefully we can get rid of them. That is a Zulong lead though, so maybe Zip Zap? Nope, just Elemental Burst. That outspeeds me. That is also a critical hit in me, really. Pretty sure that's actually a Boots Zulong. If I quickly take a look at my own Zulong speed, with Goggles it is 202, and Gobidemic is 207, yeah, so that is definitely a Boost Zulong. That actually kind of sucks a little bit, because that means I can't get Babs down now with Gobidemic. I gotta rely on Cedric. It's locked into Elemental Burst. I guess we can actually go Eleguana, click Flash and Flee immediately, just to get Zulong out of here. That also means for my Duskit, I'm gonna need to go for 2 Hastens to potentially outspeed it. But yeah, we just go for a Flash and Flee here, and we can go right back into a Gobidemic. Let's see, what is it? It is Teteb. Yeah, this is most likely very nimble gloves if I had to guess one. And it's poisoned. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Why didn't I click Zip Zap? I clicked Flash and Flee because it was the move in the bottom left. I didn't even think about it. I should have clicked Zip Zap. Well, yes. Very good. I guess I'm just sacrificing Gobidemic Cleanse just to get Duskit in. I guess. Yeah. I'm so dumb. I should have clicked Zip Zap. I didn't even like think about it for a second. I was like, yeah, Flash and Fleet, bottom left. That was Jungle Jutsu, I believe. Do I want to gamble on that being gloves? I kinda want to, so I'm gonna go Duskit. I need to click Hasten twice, remember. We need Hasten twice. Hasten once. Okay, come on. I'm assuming they have to switch out here, but because the Zulong's boots, we might potentially live 1 Elemental Burst, so it might just be worth us going to +1 and just trying to hit them. I don't know how well that's gonna go, though, to be honest. If I can get to +2 with Hasten, we're just doing it. Okay, they do go for the withdrawal, so we can probably assume gloves. There you go, Plasmoth. That is fine. Plasmoth is really tanky low, like really tanky. If I'm a +2 range attack, I don't think I one-shot it still. So I think I need to oppress here. We just need to start doing damage. Okay, actually, +2 would have knocked it out. Poison's gonna take it out here. They're most likely gonna go into... That did a lot of damage, dang. They're most likely gonna go into Zulong here to potentially revenge kill us, which is going to be pretty unfortunate, but I think we just always go Eligana, right? And then this time we click Zip Zap. Or no, a Riptidon. Okay. Is it kind of greedy to want to go for a Null or Hasten? It definitely is. I want to say I live a hit low for some reason, but I'm not going to chance it. We're just clicking Oppress. A little bit risky, because you never know. Knowing my luck, I'm going to get taken down to one shot and then burnt in the same turn. Okay, there's the Soul Burst, so I guess a little bit tankier. How much do we do low? Okay. I'm not complaining. It doesn't matter how much we did enough. Okay, so now they have Tatab, Zulong. Do I know what their last one is? Sukame. Don't get me wrong, that's really good for me, and I like that, but why did you send it out right now? Can't I go for Hasten here? I'm like, guaranteed to get a Null or Hasten off. There's no way Sukame is gonna one-shot me from this range, right? The main issue I would have is, would I have enough Energy Len to click 3 attacking moves? And I gotta say, I don't think I do. Because Hasten's 25, and then Oppress just 3 times is, what, 172 plus 25? Yeah, I have nowhere near enough for that. I think we just click Oppress again, and we just try and do damage. I mean, hey, Duskit got what? 3 knockouts, basically? Okay, technically the Poison Barbs KO'd 2 things, because this is about to die to Poison Barbs. But we'll see those are Duskit's kills, okay, just for the sake of it. Also, was that Chili Chomp, did I see? I'm not saying anything, but... Why? Why? I want to assume that should have been Frost Beam. They might have potentially put the wrong move on. Well, I went into Tatab again. This is actually great for us because I know for a fact I outspeed it. Can I squeeze out 2 moves if I go for Pyro here? I think it's worth it. Pyro should be enough to knock it out still. And okay, it does, and it looks like I have just enough energy to go for a Pyro, but with the passive energy regen? Did it already go off? Nope. Okay, now it does. I'm still 2 energy short. Dang it. Well, I guess we're clicking Pyro. We're most likely gonna die low. Oh, I outspeed it. Huh? Huh? Wait, what? But it's Boots, right? I'm pretty sure it outsped my Gobidemic. And the only way you can do that is if it's running Boots. How much speed does Duskit have at +1? Oh, I'm dumb. For some reason, I thought it would be way faster than me still. No, because I'm actually running Nimble on this Duskit because I don't have a secret ability Smart Duskit, but Nimble's probably better, just in case you don't get the Hasten off. So I actually outspeed Zulong if it's running very smart. The only way this Zulong would outspeed my Duskit is if it was Nimble Smart Boots. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, just seeing Boots Zulong really threw me for a loop because I don't think anybody really runs that now, like, ever. We just go for Flush and Flee here low. We just want to, like, basically try and take out the Zulong as low as possible. That should be fine. This will do, like, a lot of damage. or just enough to knock it out. Okay, well, Duskit did really good. The only thing that sucked for that battle was that I just forgot the speed tier for Boots Zulong because I haven't battled one in quite literally years, I want to say. So yeah, that's not really fault of Duskit though, that's just me being dumb. It went pretty good though. I will say, it might be worth switching out Power Cuss for like a different offensive item, just because it feels like I'm not able to click that many moves as I would like to click. So maybe switching it out for like a Mind or Spirit Essence would be better, but at the same time, for this specific set, you're really relying on like all of your coverage, so you kinda need the Power Cuff, so it's up to you. And then for our second set, which is going to be our Peace of Mind Duskit. We're running 200 speed TPs with a nimble personality to be as fast as possible. The 200 range attack TPs will then let us hit as hard as possible. We don't really need any energy investment, so 4 TPs will do. We're gonna run 48 health TPs to get us to the sweet spot of 160 health, and then the 48 melee defense TPs are leftovers. For the held item, we're gonna go with a health amulet to make setting up a little bit easier, which is also why we wanted 160 health, which will give us 10 health back at the end of each turn instead of the usual 9. But you could also switch this out for a different held item like a Power Cuss, Essence, or Shell, if something else on your team has the health amulet already. Then for the ability, we're running the secret ability Mean Spirited, which will let us deal 20% more damage if the target has a status ailment. And then finally for the moves, we're running Oppress as our Spirit type stab, Psycho Blast as our Mind type stab, Poison is going to let us threaten Loomians that would otherwise have a good matchup into Duskit, like Lashent's for example, and then Peace of Mind is going to let us set up to deal more damage and to become tankier on the range side. There are other options that you could consider, like Raging Flame or Bitter Cold if you want to inflict a different status ailment, but overall I think Poison is better here. Okay, and now let's check out the other Duskit, which I guess we would consider just more of a range attacker rather than a setup sweeper. Okay, I'm gonna lead off with Gobidemic. Now yes, you can still use Poison Barbs with the specific Duskit, you don't really need to low. That is a Dainuki low. I forgot, did I give Dainuki Provoke? I feel like I did. I'm gonna hit it with a Goop Spout first. I do know that these are actually pretty common because they have priority Banana Split, which is very good. Okay, also, unfortunately for me, they went for Scapegoat, which means, I didn't do anything for that turn. I just wasted my turn. Now let's go for Bobs. Okay, they actually go for Emulates. That's fine. I mean, oh wait, I actually can't go for Provoke because they're behind a Scapegoat. Damn. Damn. I guess we can just switch out into Eliguana later and get rid of the entry hazards. I guess it doesn't matter too much. We just go for more Bobs, I guess. There isn't really like anything else I can do, so more Bobs it is. I'll try and take as much damage as possible. They do go for Provoke Clue. That's fine. We can just go into Eliguana now. Emulate is actually pretty cool. Dainuki is going to be pretty annoying this season. I already know that a lot of people are going to ask me to nerf it, and I think the majority of like the nerfs that have been requested so far is to remove Banana Split at the very least. Okay, I'm just going to go for Mudslide, just get rid of these Bobs. They critical hit me turn 1. That kind of sucks. Nothing I can really do about that low. Because, their Scapegoat is gone, and I got rid of the entry hazards. I guess I'll just pivot into Duskit? Nope, they actually just go for the withdrawal. Okay. Borealis. Is Duskit good here? Not particularly. Not really, yeah. I guess we could just go Tsukame and threaten it with a body crash? Doesn't sound too bad to me. Oh, it's a Thunder or Borealis. Yeah, the ability got changed, so now it's when itself is status inflicted, but it has got Slumber as well to get rid of it when it's low on health as well. I'm gonna click Body Crash. There's a good chance they switch out here. Nope, they actually go for Bulk Up. How much damage do I do to it still? Quite a lot still. Like, a lot still. We could probably go for Seasong here into Duskit and go for probably a couple of Peace of Minds. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm not actually sure, though, if Borealisk is good with Thunder Orb, because you're sacrificing a lot of speed. I honestly don't think that's probably worth it. You probably want the poison status, most likely. The only issue with, like, the Borealisk changes, you don't really want to burn yourself with Volcanic Ashes because you're a melee attacker. I don't think you can freeze yourself because you're an ice type, so that kind of leaves you with Sleep from Slumber, which is fine. And then for the items wise, you've got Paralyzed, but your speed stat is really good, so the only other option then is Poison. That's quite literally the only option now. Okay then, for the Obsidian, I'm gonna go into my Gobademic. Poison Barbs would be kind of nice, but we don't desperately need them. We could go for more layer of Barbs. I think I'm just gonna go for a Gobblegoop Flow, to be honest. We could provoke the Obsidian because they could also potentially set up entry hazard themselves, but we can get rid of them pretty easily. Nope, it's Earthquake. So I'm going to assume potentially a Drudge Obsidian? Maybe? I'm just going to hit it again low. They're not going to go for a Drudge here because I'll still outspeed them, I'm pretty sure, even if they're at +1. And that critical hit on Poison is actually really freaking good. That is really good. Well, I think now it is probably Duskit time, I think. Sounds pretty good to me. We've got Health Amulet and Peace of Mind. You could probably run this Duskit with Hasten if you want it, but with Peace of Mind and Health Amulet, we can set up pretty easily against range attackers. And then for threats like Dark-type Loomians in general, because we don't have Pyro, we can just poison them and switch out and deal with them later. We can just go for Psycho. This should just knock out the Obsidian for us. And then, what is switching in next? Borealis. Yeah, that just died to Barbs. I don't think that really worked how you intended it. And there's Dainuki. Okay, or Dainuki? Yeah, I think I said that right. This is most likely gonna emulate me. So I want to go for Oppress, right? I kind of want to poison it, to be honest. Poison is probably fine. I have got Iliguana. I can Flash and Flee into Cedric, I guess. Yeah, oh no. Because if I poison like Scapegoat, we're screwed. I need to Oppress it. Yeah, that is why. The main issue is, though, if this Oppress doesn't get rid of the Scapegoat, they get a free Emulate now to Duskit, which is really not good. So, we go Eliguana now. So if they're going to Emulate, they're just going to get Eliguana. And the only, like, bad thing is that, oh, they get a pivot into something else, or get rid of my entry hazards. That's not that big of a deal for me. But yep, there's Emulate. I know that this is Lightning Rod, so I'm just gonna go for Flash and Flee. Okay, they go for Mudslide. That's completely fine. They do get rid of my entry hazards. I don't think this Flash and Flee is going to break the Scapegoat. No, but it does give us easy access to Cedric here. But I could also just go Duskit and get a free Peace of Mind off, right? I think that's actually the best option for us to do here. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. This is actually probably a good thing that I don't have Haste done, because if I did have Haste done and they copied me with Emulate, I would just get Duskit swept in return. It would basically just come down to whoever wins the speed tie, which probably isn't going to be me. They go for the pivot low, so I just get a free Peace of Mind. They go into Vertigon. That should get a melee attack increase. It does. I think we just go for Oppress here, right? I want to say they go for Zip Zap. I don't think they stay in. So I want to click Poison on the incoming Dainuki, to be honest. But I think I'm just going to click Oppress again, right? I kind of just want damage, and if this Protagon stays in and I get the Paralyze, that is huge. That is so big. I'll Click poison low. Okay, that actually worked. Liam missed their dart burst, that is so unfortunate. I'm actually surprised they stayed in low. But now that they are poisoned, my oppress is gonna start absolutely tearing it apart. So, thanks, man. There's dart burst again. We can probably assume this is, goggles. Yeah, with how much damage that's doing when I'm at +1. Yeah, that is most definitely goggles. Okay, so it went from hitting 0 to hitting 10. Average dart bursts. Okay, oppress doesn't OHKO it, but the poison does take it down enough for us. And now it is what? Dinuki and a mystery Loomian, I believe. I think that +1 actually saved us. If I didn't have that peace of mind off, I think I probably died, to be honest. Oh, Tsukame. I honestly want to say I might live a hit from this thing. I want to poison Tsukame, but it could be, the same ability that my Tsukame has, quick recovery, so I'll just get rid of it. So, I think I just want to click Psycho Blast. Oppress is nice, but Psycho Blast hits Tsukame is just going to hit harder, and it'll threaten the Dinuki for super effective damage, so it's just my best option. I do live that low. If I copy my Duskit with Dinuki, that's actually good, because I have Drake just to win me the game. I want to click Psycho Blast, but they're going to click Scapegoat. They know I can only click one move. They know I can only click one move. I'm going to Psycho Blast, still, just to get rid of the Scapegoat. Do I have enough energy for a poison? I believe I do, but Lei might go for another Scapegoat, which would be really bad for me. Like, really bad. It would be really bad. But I think I gotta take it, because if Lei go for Scapegoat here and I go for Arrest, then I'm just gonna keep hitting them. I don't know if that's really gonna work for them. I'm gonna try and click Poison here. It's probably not the right option, though. Oh no, it is. Okay, I'll take this. I actually do something against their Dinuki before my Duskit goes down. I mean, I'll take this. This Duskit did pretty good, honestly. Like, Duskit, like, legitimately now is good. Like, yes, its typing is still pretty meh, but the Oppress buff is absolutely insane. You have Hasten for potential sweeping options, and then, like, even, like, just the general peace of mind is pretty good, because a while ago its stats got a buff, so now its range defense stat is actually pretty good, so after a peace of mind, range hits are bouncing off you if they aren't completely investing into their range attack stats, especially the bulkier Loomians that we're trying to set up against. And then Poison is also great at just having, like, access to every status ailment move, because, like, oh, Lashen's gonna switch in. We click Poison. Like, yeah, we could have Pyro, but then, like, there are a lot of Loomians, like, just can't really hit, like, Luminami or Infernix that great, so we can just poison them as well. It just kind of covers everything for us, basically. Healing, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to click Rests. They go for Oppress, and that means they're out of energy. So I'm pretty sure now I can go into Drake, and I think I just win. We have to be a little bit careful though, because they did emulate me, which means they have my peace of mind, I'm pretty sure. I think I just win though. The only thing I gotta worry about is Lem emulating my Drake. If I just, like, keep going into El Iguana every time that Dinuki switches back in, I don't think I can lose. I think it's just that simple. Poison might take them out. It's gonna be maybe close. I want to say just barely not. Yeah, I can tell it's like 2 pixels. That sucks. But it does give us a nuller Fawn Slam increase. So I'm gonna get to hit the Tsukame even harder now. But I don't think it was really needed or necessary. But I'm not complaining. It looks like we win the battle. I don't think there's anything they can do right. It's just Tsukame. I was thinking about the Obsidian, like, wait, did I knock out the Obsidian? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. But that should be the battle. Yeah. Duskit got a mega buff. I don't know if I would consider it broken, though. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. I honestly think Duskit is now, like... It's really good, but it's really easy to punish it, like I said. It's like, typing is not that great, just Shadow Sprint basically just knocks it out no matter what. Vesperalto, Yursol, honestly probably even Yursnack, which is still one of the best Loomians in the game, even after all of its nerfs, so it is still easy to punish it, so I honestly don't think it is like ban-worthy or broken. It is finally good. I think for the first time ever, Duskit has never been good since the game was released, which is wild, but I mean, its typing is just really bad in like basically every metagame.